getting too hot to work down below, so I believe we'll just start working on our rudder. A more insidious problem is with the cockpit drains. Notice how the caulking around them is cracked. This is something you would never notice if the boat was in the water, or even on a trailer for that matter, but it becomes apparent here. I've long wanted to put a flapper type valve over these drains anyway, because when we're sailing hard we end up having water come up into the cockpit. So we'll add this on to the ever-growing list of things to do. This rather ugly looking plastic pipe is important. That's how I can adjust my rudder should I happen to have it kick up. This method allows me to reach it from the cockpit and not have to hang from my heels over the stern. Not very pretty, but it is workable. I understand Compact now has developed a metal rod on the newer boats to take this place, but for now I'm going to keep my plastic pipe. I've had some pretty good luck removing the loose paint and the salt from the surface using this drill with the wire brush on it. You got to use a pretty slow speed though, because you don't want to have things come flying off and send your brush into the boat. As I scrape, it looks like there's salt has gotten underneath some of the paint areas. I don't think that's primer, because as I scrape along here, it turns into a powder. I don't know how long this has been. So that's why I think it's probably somehow salt gets underneath this and starts to bubble. You can kind of see it coming off there. There are several coats of paint on here too, but I really don't think that's a primer that's coming up white like that. Mostly because of how it blows away in the breeze today. It comes off as a powder. So my original thought was to scrape off the loose paint and then just coat it over. It looks like at least on the lower portion of this we're going to have to go down to the metal and then prime it back up and put finish coats on it. As we get up towards the top, it's less salt intrusion, so maybe we won't have to do it. Let's see if we can get this bolt, or at least the washers off. Oh, they're coming off better than I thought. Lots of salt in there though. It's amazing how that stuff corrodes. It gets into everything. There. Oh, look at that. Wonder if that's a wow. I think I'll put a plastic washer or something there next time. Might be something in there now. I can't really tell. There's so much salt. Yeah, you freshwater sailors have it over us on this, I'll tell you. Salt's one of the most corrosive things I've run into. It creates a lot of problems on a boat. Well, that'll let me get this area up, and we'll have to find another way to get that bolt out. Of course, you can't get to the head of the bolt because it's encased, so we'll shoot some chemistry in there and see if we can't figure out a way to get that out. I had planned to take the rudder off of the boat and paint it inside, but I had difficulty getting the rudder free from the stock there, so I decided it was less dangerous to go ahead and paint on the boat. After all, that's what old newspapers and blue tape are for. So here's the primer coat, and then we'll, as soon as that dries, I'll put another coat on, and then we'll shoot color.